So today we're going to review Dollywood. I'm going to tell you all the things you need to know about Dollywood. I'm going to tell you about certain events they have going on, what time of the year is the best time to visit Dollywood. I'm going to go over the can't miss attractions as well as where to eat at while you're in the park. So smash that like and subscribe button. Entering the park and what the process is like. So basically, you're going to go through the parking booths. The parking's going to cost you about $25 for general parking. It is free if you have a gold season pass, which I strongly recommend that somebody in your party, if you're planning on being there a few days, somebody should have a gold pass, because it is, like I said, $25 to park there. If you go there 3 days, do the math, $75. You know, you bought a season pass right there pretty much. Plus all the perks that you get with the pass. Also, I'd strongly recommend using the tram. There's pretty much one always available. Preferred parking is $45 and has an exclusive gate to get in and out of the park. So, you got through security. Have your tickets out and ready. I would recommend getting a 2 to 3 day ticket. This will give you the most bang for your buck. A 3-day ticket will run you $30 more than a single day ticket and $10 more than a 2-day ticket. So you definitely get your money's worth in that aspect. And I love that Dollywood does this, because most parks will give you a discount on a 2 to 3 day ticket, but not as heavily as Dollywood does. So they scanned your ticket. Next thing you're going to want to do, if you have a small child, to your left there's a measuring center. They will give your child a wristband, get the proper height of your child, and let you know which rides they can't go on. This is going to be key, because if you don't get that, your child has to get measured at every single ride that's questionable, and that can take a lot of time. So I highly recommend doing this. After you get that done, head to Lightning Rod. That's going to be on the right side of the park after you go through the ticketing booth. I strongly recommend getting Lightning Rod done and out of the way first thing. It doesn't always open right when the park does, but give it a couple of minutes. If you don't see them doing test runs after 10 minutes, I would head over to Tennessee Tornado at this point. Always have the app available and keep on checking on that Lightning Rod, because when it does open up, you're going to want to get there. So, you made it over to Tennessee Tornado. This is an excellent aero looper, and it's one of the best aeros I've ever been on. The next roller coaster you're going to want to head to is Fire Chaser Express. This roller coaster is a Gerstlauer, and it's themed to honor firefighters. This roller coaster also has one of the worst capacities in the park, other than the other Gerstlauer coaster, which I'm going to get into after we look here at Wild Eagle, which is a B&M winged coaster. It's one of the more mild B&M wing coasters, but still very nice. I mean, you get to see those beautiful Smoky Mountains. So, you're going to move on to the next coaster, Mystery Mine. This is the other Gerstlauer coaster. It's got a very small capacity, so my opinion, if Tennessee Tornado has a line, I'd go right to one of these two, Mystery Mine or Fire Chaser Express. They tend to get the biggest lines in the park. Wild Eagle, it has a great capacity, So I would save that for last if you had to save one. Moving on, your next coaster you're going to run into, the Whistle Punk Chaser. And this is just a tiny little kiddie coaster, not a big deal. They pretty much have these at every park. I know Hershey Park has one very similar. I think, in matter of fact, it's the same layout. Moving on to the next one, this is a must-do, Thunderhead. Just got retracked. Look at all that fresh lumber. I love it. It was running fast as can be. Excellent wooden coaster. Might even win Wooden Coaster of the Year this year. It is running like a champ. I'm telling you, if you love wooden coasters, you got to get to Dollywood just to ride this. It wasn't the entire roller coaster that got retracked, but Dollywood takes such good care of this thing. They retracked certain sections that were getting a little bit rough. Everybody said last year it was running incredible, so who knows, but they do a great job with Thunderhead. Gotta go and try it out. We're gonna check out the Wildwood Grove section of the park, which is basically the only section that has little kids rides. So one of the things I noticed while walking through Dollywood is the rides were few and far between. I mean, it kind of gave a Busch Gardens feel to it. Like, if you've ever been to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, or Tampa, they're few and far between rides. And you gotta take in the beauty of this park. It's incredible. This is their new roller coaster, Big Bear Mountain, and it looks to be like an endless roller coaster. I mean, it just goes on forever. I mean, when you're riding the train around, that's all you see, like the entire train ride. So it just goes on and on. I mean, it's like 4,000 feet of track. Moving on, the green coaster you see in the background there, that's Dragon Flyer. It's a Vekoma inverted coaster, and it is a great first coaster for kids. My only problem with it was it's a very short ride. It's very similar to Freedom Flyer at Fun Spot, and there's a few other ones. But this is a little hidden gem here. This is the Hidden Hollow. Excellent place. They usually have characters in there fairly often. I also want to say you got to check out Blazing Fury. This is a very old ride, but still very fun, and it's great for all ages. One of the things you have to do when you're at Dollywood is you have to ride the train ride. It gives you such great views of the Smoky Mountains and the park, everything. I mean, you just see it all, and it is an excellent ride. One thing you want to do, there's usually a sign out that lets you know the train times, and you want to be there about 20 minutes before it departs. So now I'm going to talk about the different food, and there's two places that you absolutely cannot go to Dollywood and not visit. Grist Mill. You have got to stop there, and I know they sell the cinnamon bread at other locations, but you got to go to the Grist Mill one. It's nice, warm, just came right out of the oven. It is delicious. There are literally people that come to Dollywood just for this bread. Another place I want to tell you about is Aunt Granny's. It's a home cook style restaurant. Pretty much has all that delicious food you find down south. Very reasonably priced. I think it's around $25 for an adult, $13 for a child. This is an award-winning restaurant. It's voted like every year one of the top theme park restaurants.
Wait, he does those things too?
Hey, what did you think of Aunt Granny's?
He just rolled me out. It was really cool.
What was it?
The fried catfish was really good.
Fried chicken?
I didn't have any of that.
But
The pot roast was really good.
what did you think of Aunt Granny's?
It was pretty good.
All
Right.
Nice southern fried chicken and catfish.
There we go.
So I want to go over some of the rides I missed. The Barnstormer. That's a great S&S swing, and you've got to do it. The only problem is it's in a terrible location up a hill, and if you blink you might miss it because you walk right by it.
What'd you think of the Barnstormer?
As long as I keep my eyes closed, I'm okay. I open my eyes.
I thought it was fantastic.
Another ride you just have to do. Amazing views. Drop line. It's Dollywood's drop tower, and the views you get up there are incredible. It was very intense. I've been on a lot of drop towers. This is one of my favorite ones. I love the fact that it rotates the whole way to the top. One of the nicer things to do when you're at Dollywood is go to the Eagle Sanctuary. I believe all of these eagles are rescues, so I don't believe they can fly at all. Also, Dollywood has 2 water rides. This one here is Daredevil Falls. It's your typical log flume. They also have a River Rapids ride, Smoky Mountain River Rampage, and it's your typical Intamin River Rapid ride. Nothing really special about it. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, but I do want to mention that I have a lot of videos on Pigeon Forge. If you are planning to visit Dollywood and you want to know about the mountain coasters, what else there is to do in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, please hit that like and subscribe button, as we do a bunch of these different theme park reviews. So, the tip of the day, if you want to know when the best time to visit Dollywood is, well, that answer is simple. April and November. Thanks so much for tuning in.